Brody. Cut through, Matt. There you go. There you go. Good, White. Good. Go. Yeah, White. Cutter. 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 Go take care of it, White. Come on, White. One more now. Come on, Nick. Cutter. Clear it out. Clear it out. Clear. Clear. Yes. Come on, Carson.
Foul on number 24, Nick Godney. That was his second, team's first.
Come on, Matt. Pressure, Matt. Under, Brody. Get up. Get up. Get down. Talk, White, talk!
Traffic violation, basketball.
Go, Nick. You got to finish. You're good. You're good. Come on. Yes, sir. Reverse it. Reverse it. Here he comes. Here he comes. Take care of it. Come on, Matt. Pass, Carson. Stay up, Matt. Stay up. Talk to him, Nick. Talk to him. Talk, Brody. Good job, Gage. Go, Carson. Transition. Post, Nick, post. Hey. The reversal. There you go. Go, man. Reverse it. Reverse it. Carson. Come on, Carson. There you go. Great call.
Tackle on number 50, London Blood. That is his second. First on the Knights. Raylan Malachi checking in for Northeastern.
Hand up. Come on, Gage. Come on. Keep down. Have a good light. Cutter. Clear. Handle it, Gage. Green roll. Reverse it. Reverse it. Green, Gage. Look at it. Nice. Good work. Good work. Nice. Good. Stay in front. Grab it. Come on, Carson.
Cormac Stillwell checking in for Newcastle.
Come on, Cormac.
Three-pointer, dash stacker.
Clear it out. Clear it out. Okay, big song. There you go.
Tackle on number 1, Noah Duvall. That was his first. Team second. Nick Conley at the line, shooting 2 shots.
Sound check one, Lorenzo Pettiford. Sound check from the field house in preparation for the Newcastle Trojans hosting the Knights of Northeastern. Friday night basketball on the Nash 1025 app, NashFM1025.com. This is our sound check, testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sound check one, sound check one. Second sound check, Lorenzo Pettiford from the field house. Test one, test one. Good evening and happy New Year, Trojan basketball fans, and welcome to Game 8 and the first game here in 2026 for your 2-5 Matt Luce-led Newcastle Green Mean Fighting Trojan Machine. This past 2-week holiday break has been one that this Trojan team has probably needed. Since they're riding a current 4-game losing streak, they now had a chance to refocus, work on some things in practice, and get ready for the upcoming 2026 part of the schedule. The Newcastle Trojans will be facing a 4-5 Knights team of Northeastern tonight on their home court, and their seventh-year head coach, Brent Ross. Matt Luce and his Trojan team is primed and ready to get back to a winning style of basketball tonight on their home court. It's the Trojans hosting the Knights on the all-new Nash 102.5 app, NashFM1025.com, and of course our video stream. Just simply go to YouTube and type in the NC Trojans Report. So let the new year 2026 round ball fly high. Newcastle Trojans basketball will start now. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Always a special hello to the youngsters that may be tuning in for tonight's Friday night matchup between our Newcastle Trojans and their record 2-5 against the 4-5 Knights of Northeastern. Brent Ross, I should say, is the head coach of the Northeastern Knights. He's now in his 17th year guiding this program. Last year, they were 24-2. What a good year they had going last year until that sectional championship game when they took on Centerville and got beat in a tight one, 61-57, to end their stretch last year. The last time they won a section, don't got to go back too far, 2023-2024 season, they were 18-8 that year, and they won the sectional over Union County 43-41. But in regional play, they got bounced out by a good Park Heritage team, 51-37. In fact, 2 years in a row, Park Heritage knocked them out of regional play in the 2023-24 season and also in the 2022-23 season. They were both knocked out in regional play by Park Heritage. The Knights are averaging 26 rebounds per ball game, and they'll dish out 11 assists per contest. They get 8 steals a game, and they'll turn it over 15 times per contest. They're averaging 52 points on the offensive end this year while giving up just under 57. They shoot 62% from the free throw line, 81 out of 131 attempts, and they're shooting a respectable 34% from the arc, 56 out of 164 attempts. Again, that is 34%. This team at one point had lost 4 in a row. They lost their last 4 out of 6, but they won their last 2 games in tournament play. They were in the holiday tournament. They lost their first game in the holiday tournament to Indianapolis Riverside to make it 4 in a row losses on the season. And then they won their last 2 in the tournament, beating Columbus Homeschool and beating Brown County. So they are currently on a 2-game winning streak. As far as our Newcastle Trojans, under their new head coach, Matt Luce, of course, in his first year here at Newcastle, he's been coaching, as we all know, for over 24 years, 18 years at Wapahani, where in those 18 years at Wapahani, 335 victories to just 99 losses. What a stat line he had at Wapahani. 24-year total is 387 wins. Make that 387 wins, just 13 shy of the magical 400 mark to 164 losses. The Newcastle Trojans this year are just averaging right under 50 points a ball game while giving up 55. They'll pull down 21 rebounds per contest. They'll dish out 11 assists. They'll get 5 steals, and they turn it over 13 times per contest. Last year, under Daniel Cox's team was 9-15 and they lost to their nemesis in tournament play, the Eagles of Delta, in the second round of the sectional, 50-37. The Trojans team is shooting a nice percentage from the charity stripe, 72% as a team, 47 out of 65, and they got a respectable three-point average, 34% for them as well, 48 out of 143. Again, the Newcastle Trojans are 2-5, and they are currently in a 4-game losing streak. And the holiday break took effect, and that's what I was saying in my opening, that maybe this is a good thing that the holiday break came at the right time to kind of give them a little time off and work on some things and get ready to start the all-important 2026 part of their schedule. As always, I had a chance to sit down with the head skipper himself, Matt Luce, to talk about a little holiday break and preview tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Northeastern Knights. And we're going to cue this up, and here's how Coach Luce and I's conversation went. It's time for our pregame chat with the head skipper himself, Matt Luce, in his first year guiding this Trojan program. And, Coach, before we dive too deep into this, I just want to say happy holidays again. Happy New Year. Hope you and the wife and family had a great holiday season and a great New Year.
Thank you. You too, Lorenzo. The older I get, just the time that I spend with my own family, who are all almost out of the house now, besides Megan and Emily, and then to have them all together. And my mom and dad are 80 years old, and the time that we got to spend with them and our entire family and my 2 brothers, and there's 10 grandkids. And then I was also, we went to the Northeastern Holiday Tournament. My niece, her name's Maya Brogan. She played for Floyd Central, and we got to watch her play, and we just had a great time. Also, the entire Luce family went to Purdue over the holiday to watch my nephew, Tommy. He coaches at Kent State, and we got to watch Kent State and Purdue play and cheer on Tommy. So we had a great time around basketball, of course, but with my family.
And, of course, I know you and Coach Painter got a great relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Painter and my brother Joe are really, really close friends from when they were young, and we support the Boilermakers all the way.
All right, and the other thing I want to bring up, Coach, before we start talking boys varsity basketball, is the Lady Trojans had an outstanding holiday tournament that they won, beating Franklin County and a very good Hamilton Heights team that not too many people gave them a chance to win. But wow. Congratulations. I know your daughters, who played extremely well in that tournament, got to be happy. I know head coach Bobby Jones is happy with the Lady Trojans.
Yeah, winning's fun. There's no doubt about it. And I'm proud of all of the girls, especially 2 of them that I live with. But I'm also happy for the coaching staff. They've worked hard, and winning kind of carries over, and it's contagious. I really like the way they're passing the ball as a team and sharing the ball. I think their defense and togetherness has gotten better after a tough schedule, and they're just going to continue to get better this year and next year, and more importantly this year. And at the end of the year, they'll be a tough team to beat.
Of course, now the boys varsity action will be picking back up tonight. And I don't know if this break might have came at a good time. There's 2 ways to look at it. You've lost 4 in a row. Time for a break and get refocused and re-energized and get the kids back on pace. Or sometimes you just want to stay at it and work out of that slump. But nonetheless, you got a break anyway for 2 weeks. So what did you and the kids work on in this 2-week break?
We worked on togetherness and playing the right way and putting ourselves in position to get better and to find a way to win. I'll let you know about 9 o'clock tonight whether the break was good. We've had wonderful practices, wonderful attendance, wonderful guys. 3 seniors have gotten in there and worked hard together and just trying to improve. And for 3 of them, they got about 14, 15 games left, so they need to improve quick. But most importantly, it's about our team, it's about our program, and about where we're going from here. And the last game on December 19th, December 18th was against New Pal here at home, and it was a wonderful game. We just didn't win it at the end. And if our guys continue to show that same type of patience, togetherness, unselfishness, we had 5 turnovers on the night, rebounded against a very athletic team, then we're going to put ourselves in position to win. After 7 games, though, we want to win. I mean, winning's fun. I said it before. And, our guys signed up to have a little fun, but we want to get a victory and put ourselves in the win column. So Northeastern's got a good program, very, very successful with Coach Ross the last 16, 17, 18 years. They're going to mix defenses. They're going to trap, press, man-to-man, make it ugly, and, again, try to put themselves in a position to win. So it's about the Trojans and getting better, and I think our guys will come out and work hard.
I know you like to focus on your team and getting the best out of them each and every practice and each and every game. So going into tonight's basketball game, I know like you just brought up Coach Ross, but I think every game that I've seen, your effort's been there. It's just some execution in certain areas that at times hasn't been there. But I think you like your kids' effort so far, right?
I like our kids' efforts. I like our kids' attitudes. I like the way that they're trying to buy into a new system. And again, I just like them. But most importantly, though, we got to continue to improve. We've had a tough schedule right out of the gate with 4 or 5 really tough opponents. And again, it's just about what we do in between the lines and trying to find a way to win.
Health-wise, is this team back to 100% healthy? I know before the break, I think Turner was out sick, and you might have had some banged up here and there, but how are you health-wise coming in?
Yeah, they're fine. We've all battled the flu, including myself and Coach Brandon Miller, but we're here and we're back, and no excuses. And again, coming after halftime, third quarter, we want to put ourselves in a position where we got a chance to compete and find a way to win after 32 minutes.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Lorenzo, for being here.
That's head coach Matt Luce of our Green Mean Fighting Trojan Machine, and we're going to continue with more of our pregame show on the Nash 1025 app, Nash FM 1025.com, and of course our video stream. Just go to YouTube and type in the NC Trojans Report. And back we are inside the field house in beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. Lorenzo Pettiford sitting midcourt. My good, hard-working cameraman Ryan James is still a little under the weather, but we've got a good backup behind us. Corey Bennett and company is getting this game and the camera crew situated tonight, so we'll still bring you Newcastle basketball on our YouTube stream. Just simply type in the NC Trojans Report on YouTube, and you can hear the voice of yours truly, Lorenzo Pettiford, and watch and enjoy the game that way. Now, you can also just listen to the game on our radio stream. Just simply go and download on your smartphone or tablet. Go to your Google Play Store and download the Nash 1025 app. Again, Nash 1025 app on your smartphone or tablet. Just go to your Google Play Store. You can download it and click on that link there. Or you can just simply go to Nash1025.com. That's NashFM1025.com. NashFM1025.com. We're a couple minutes away here from getting things started. Just want to mention and say congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers as they took care of number 9 Alabama last night in the Rose Bowl. What a great game it was. 38-3, wasn't even close. Pure domination by the number 1 team, the undefeated Indiana Hoosiers. They are set to move on and take on a very good team in the Peach Bowl. That will be the Oregon Ducks, as Oregon, number 5 in the nation, took care of number 4 Texas Tech 23-0. So in the Peach Bowl this Friday night, it will have IU taking on number 5 Oregon. Now, in the other game, in the Fiesta Bowl, that will be played the day before, Thursday, January the 8th at 7:30, the Fiesta Bowl will feature the number 10 Miami Hurricanes as they beat number 2 Ohio State 24-14 to advance to the Fiesta Bowl. And of course, Ole Miss, number 6 in the nation, beat the number 3 Bulldogs of Georgia in an exciting, thrilling game, 39-34. That game had a little bit of everything in it, but it was Ole Miss without their former coach, Lane Kiffin. We all know he's headed off to LSU now, but they all rallied amongst themselves and took care of the Bulldogs 39-34. So we're down to the Final Four in college football. Again, IU taking on number 5 Oregon, number 10 Miami taking on number 6 Ole Miss. We are set for the national anthem, so let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the starting lineups and get the first game underway in 2026. And a very good rendition of the national anthem sung by two very beautiful girls here, I believe, from the high school at Newcastle. Now we're going to get you set for the starting lineups. First of all, for our Newcastle Trojans, or for the Knights of Northeastern, they will start number 22. He is a 6'2 junior, Brody Ross. Ross is averaging 8.5 points a ball game and pulling down 5 rebounds. Brody Ross is the coach's son. Number 1 is Caleb Moore. Caleb is a 6'1 senior, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds a game. He's also dishing out just under 2 assists. Number 24 is a 6'3 junior, Lucas Durbin. Durbin's averaging 4.5 points and 4 rebounds per game. Rounding out their starting 5 would be number 5, the 5'10 sophomore, Jarrett Leitner. Leitner, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. And now for our Green Mean Fighting Trojan Machine, and Matt Luce, the head coach of our Trojans team, he will send out number 4, the 6'1 senior, Eminem Mason Miller. Miller's averaging a team high 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Number 22 is Braylon Bombs Away Bennett. He's a 6-foot junior, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Number 10 is Maddox Melton. Melton is a 5'9 sophomore, 6.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Ryan Sturgis will wear number 3. He's a 6'1 junior. Sturgis is 7.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist a game. And rounding out the starting 5 will be the 6'3 senior, Lucas Eaton. Eaton is averaging 1.2 rebounds and 1 assist a game. So for the Trojans, it's Eaton, Sturgis, Melton, Bennett, and Miller, your starting 5 for head coach Matt Luce. The 3 men wearing the black and white stripes. Josh Look is the head official. Matt, I believe that is Matt Wendy, and Paul Beam. Again, your three men in charge of tonight's basketball game. So 2026 is here. We are so glad to have you on board with us. And we're going to be set to get the new year underway. Looks in the center circle. He throws it up, and Eaton will climb the ladder high and control it for our Trojans, and we're underway. Melton will bring the ball across the timeline, facing this man-to-man defense by the Knights. Miller with the pumpkin, left side to Bennett. Bennett will go left corner to Melton. Now Bennett right side to Miller. Miller looks over at head coach Matt Luce, gets some instructions, and he's going to reset the offense again. Eaton in the right corner area, out to Bennett. Trojans showing some patience on their first offensive touch. Bennett on a nice take, kicks it out to Melton. Here's a three, look, no good, and the rebound's going to come down to the Knights. Knights with their first offensive touch. Newcastle will also open up in a man-to-man defense. Here is Seal. Top of the key now, this is Durbin. Left side, this is Moore. Three's in the air, and that's spun out on him, but the rebound by the Knights. They will put it back up and score. That was Ross with that rebound and putback. And the Knights will open up with a 2-0 lead here early first quarter. We have played 1 minute and 30 seconds. Newcastle's second offensive touch, and Melton gets in a double team on the right baseline. He'll have to call a timeout. We'll keep this initial timeout here and take care of the good sponsors like the good people at Ultra Dry, 209 West Main Street in Mount Summit, Indiana. Ultra Dry can help you with water damage restoration, fire damage restoration. If you need hardwood floor drying or you got smoke and soot removal you need to have taken care of, get your free consultation by simply calling Ultra Dry at 765-836-5005. So here come the Trojans out of their timeout. They will have it underneath their own basket as, again, Melton got tied up right on that right baseline area. Well, they will inbound, so he called the timeout before the 5-second call. Sturgis will inbound. Miller right corner, three's in the air, good. Eminem gets untracked for the Trojans, gives Newcastle their first lead, 3-2, 6:20 to play opening period. This is Leitner with it. Guarded by Melton. Right side, he'll go to Moore. Now it is Ross, top of the key. Leitner, left wing area. High right side, that was Seal, and they will turn it over. First turnover on the Knights. Good 2026 crowd here to open up the new year inside the field house. The Knights have brought quite a few people as I look back behind me to my right. Here's Eaton to Miller. Miller looks at the three, gets knocked out of his hands by Seal. It will stay Trojans basketball. Coach Luce will signal in Turner, and checking out will be Lucas Eaton. So Elijah Turner comes in averaging 12 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 1 assist a game. And quickly they go inside to Turner. It does not take him long to get involved offensively. 5-2 is your score. Trojans with the 3-point lead as we are at the 5:30 mark of the opening period. Leitner out at the Trojan emblem. He will ask for a timeout. This one we will go ahead and take ourselves. The Trojans are leading 5-2. Back with more Trojans basketball after this timeout.
Be sure to fight yourself in the halftime.
Okay, back we are to action here. Lorenzo Pettiford, glad to have you on board with us for exciting Newcastle Trojans basketball. 5-2 is your score. 5:27 left here in the opening period. Here come the Knights out of their timeout. Down 3. Newcastle staying in their man-to-man defense. Melton putting a lot of pressure on the Pumpkin. Leitner, almost a hook there, but they don't call it. Now Ross has got it. Ross gets into the paint, and he will kick it all the way back out to Seal. Seal guarded by Miller, number 4 versus number 4 in this matchup. Here's Leitner. Left side area now, top of the key to Moore. Now it is Durbin. Now Seal attacking the left baseline area, and Newcastle almost caused a turnover, and they do. Miller diving on the court will get it to Melton. Second turnover on the Knights. 4:40 left in the opening quarter. Melton says, let's settle down and get into our offense. Turner will come out and set a screen. Now here's Sturgis. 3 ball off the mark, and that rebound will carry him to the Knights. Right side Moore. We are approaching the 4-minute mark. Both coaches, I don't think, have yet set yet. Matt Luce now squatting down to my left in front of me. Durbin, top of the key. Left wing now inside to Moore. Sturgis with beautiful hands causes the third turnover on the Knights. Under the 4-minute mark we go. Melton gives it out to Miller. High left side area. Now left corner at Sturgis. Matt Luce is signaling fifth. 3:50 to play in the opening period. Trojans up 5-2. Melton, right wing, gets a pick from Turner. The next dead ball, Mr. Mendoza, Luke Mendoza, will be checking in for our Trojans. Bennett on a take from the left wing, gets it knocked out of his hands. It will stay Trojans basketball. 2 subs coming in for the Knights. Number 12, Luke Wiley. And also number 20, Marshall Phillips. Luke Mendoza in for our Newcastle Trojans. And the Trojans called a, oh no, we have a tech. We have a tech. Newcastle had 6 players out there for about 10 seconds. That was a tech. There were 6 players on the court as one of the players never checked out. So Brody Ross will hit the first technical free throw. He will have one more. I was wondering what that tech was about, and then that Trojan didn't check out when Mendoza went in. And Ross will go 1 out of 2 from the charity strike. Now Miller's checked out. I think he's got some blood on his left finger area, so he's going to go into the locker room and get that bleeding to stop so he can continue. So out there for the Trojans now, it's Sturgis, Bennett, Mendoza, Turner, and Melton will be coming back in. Now for a while we only had 4. Now we got 5. We were playing with 5, then we went to 6, down to 4. Now we're back at 5. 5-3 is your score. 3:34 to play opening quarter. Trojans with the lead. The Knights have the pumpkin. They get instructions from head coach Brent Ross, again in his 17th year guiding this program. Into the paint, it's Leitner. Spin move up, no good, and Turner's got the rebound. Bennett with the pumpkin. Right elbow area, he will pull up and hit. Bennett pulled up, and they just kind of sagged off of him, and he said, I'll gladly take this right elbow jumper, and he makes it. 7-3, Trojans up 4, as we now have gone under the 3-minute mark of the first period. That was a 3 by Phillips, and that carries out of bounds. It will be Newcastle basketball. Phillips shoots 31% from out there. 12 out of 39 coming into tonight's contest. Moore is going to check back in for the Knights. Checking out will be number 24, Lucas Durbin. Left wing, it's Bennett. Bennett now to Turner. Turner tries to feed a cut and Melton. That pass is deflected, so Turner gets it right back. 2:30 left in the opening quarter. Sturgis going to take from the left side. A little too strong rebound, the Knights. Nice move, but just could not convert. Here is Maddox Melton getting back on that baseline area to draw the charge on Phillips. Marshall Phillips will commit his first foul. Run right over a hustling Maddox Melton. Beautiful defensive play. Luke Mendoza has checked out for Newcastle. Mason Miller has made it back in. He's got that left index finger taped up to stop the bleeding. Hopefully he'll still be able to handle it. And, of course, his shooting hand's the right hand, so the bandage is on his left index finger, it looks like. Approaching the 2-minute mark left here in the opening period. Down low is Elijah Turner. Beautiful cut, beautiful pass. Turner with 2 field goals off the bench here to steal by Sturgis. Sturgis will get bumped, and he will score. And Brent Ross is furious at the official, but what a play by Ryan Stingham. Sturgis gets the steal. Might have been a little NBA continuation on that bump, but I like the determination. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line for the and one. He's shooting 75% on the season. 3 out of 4. He'll have the and one free throw here. It is up and gets a nice roll. It's good. 12-3. Trojans up 9. 1:50 to go. Clock is ticking. First period. Platt has made it in there for the Knights, number 10. This is Ross into the paint. He runs over Oh! Wow, that was too easy. Sturgis was there setting up camp, and he drew that foul, and they're going to call it on Sturgis. That's just a bad call. Bad call there, Mr. Sturgis. You had position established. That's going to send Ross to the line to shoot 2. He's a 90% free throw shooter. This one is up and short. Rebound Newcastle. So he's 1 out of 2 tonight. Sturgis is 3 off the mark. Turner with a strong rebound. He gets double teamed and fouled. They don't call it. With 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this first period, Newcastle has another off and leaving Turner wide open, and he will score. Melton saw the 6'4" Turner underneath the basket and got him the bumpkin. 14-5, back to a 9-point lead for Newcastle. Platt, top of the key, almost walks. Under the 60-second mark we go. Clock is ticking in the first quarter. 14-5. Left wing to Platt. Tied up by Melton, and Melton got a little arm on that. He will pick up his first. That will be the team's second. And with 52.3 seconds left, Platt is checked out, and Durbin is checked back in. Ross has checked out for the Knights. And number 12, that is Wiley, is checked in. 52 seconds left on the clock here in the opening quarter. 14-5, Trojans lead. Wiley's 3 from the right side, no good. And Turner will go up strong and pull down another one. 40 seconds left. Matt Lou signals fist. High right side to Bennett. Knights are in a 1-2-2 trapping zone half-court defense. Sturgis in the corner trap. Miller on a take and with the ball stripped out of his hands, and they're going to say off of his leg. That will be the Trojans' first turnover. And with 26.4 seconds left, Brent Ross may say, let's go for 1 here. I think that's the plan as they walk it up to the timeline. They cross the center court with 15 seconds. Left side, this is Wiley. Top of the key, Moore. Right wing, that is Seal. Moore will launch a three, and it's good. With 3 seconds left, Miller's got it. He will launch deep. Oh, off the back of the rim. That almost went, folks. So at the end of one, the Newcastle Trojans will start off 20-26 with a 6-point lead. And we will take our end of the quarter break and come back with second quarter action on the Newcastle stream on YouTube. Just go to the NC Trojans Report.
That will miss when it's gone.
When the stands are full and the lights are shining bright.
The crowd can't get any louder.
And you know it just doesn't get any better than this.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, celebrating the purity of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's next football game. This is for the love of the game. This is making your hometown proud. This is your IHSAA.
Back we are, Lorenzo Pettiford, inside the beautiful field house in an always beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. Happy belated New Year to all you Trojans fans out there listening. Our score at the end of one is the Trojans 14 and the Knights have 8. Newcastle staying in their man-to-man defense. Durbin in the paint, guarded against Mendoza. Kicks it out. Three's in there by Leitner off the mark, and the rebound is the Trojans. Miller sees this half-court trapping offense. It's a 1-3-1. Sturgis is going to launch right side, no good, and the rebound is the Knights. They quickly push it across the timeline. Down 6, 14-8. We have played a little over 40 seconds in this second quarter. Seal, right wing. Oh, almost a steal by Melton up top. This is Wiley with it. Now back to Leitner. Now Wiley again. Won't use the pick. Go left side on a beautiful take, and he will score. Caught Maddox melding, leaning towards the middle, so he exploded on that left side and will get that layup. Sturgis in the left corner. Miller's open in the right corner. They can't see him. Now he's underneath the basket wide open. They just could not spot him. And the Trojans turn that. Oh, no, it's going to be Newcastle basketball. There for a while, I thought they were saying the Trojans turned it over, but it's staying Trojans basketball. Sturgis is checked out. Bennett, Melton, Mendoza, Turner, and Miller out there for Newcastle. In the 1-3-1 trapping half-court offense are the Knights. Miller might have got away with the walk there. Here's a take. Kicks it out to Melton, left side three. Got it. Good penetration and a kick out. Miller sets up Maddox Melton for his first three ball. He shoots 43% on the season, Maddox does. 17-10 is the Trojans' largest lead. Approaching the 6-minute mark before we take a halftime break. Leitner trying to go one-on-one against Melton. He gets shut off. Now it's Ross on the right wing area. Out to Leitner, out by the Trojan emblem. Here is Wiley. Gets a pick from Ross. Wiley into the paint. Now he will throw it back out to Moore. 5:45 left in the first half. Leitner has an open jumper after Newcastle just kind of faded off of him, and he knocks it down. 5-point lead for Newcastle, 17-12. 5:30 left here in the first half. Mendoza with it. Ryan Sturgis will be checking in for the Trojans on the next dead ball. Miller on the right wing. Gets a pick from Turner. Won't use it. Behind the back dribble. Almost lost his footing. Now he'll throw it to Mendoza. Bennett, top of the key. Matt Luce's screaming fist. Bennett still keeps his dribble alive to Mendoza. Mendoza back to Bennett. 5 minutes exactly remain in the first half. Trojans working the ball around this defense, probing and probing, trying to get a good shot off here with the 5-point lead. Turner sets a pick for Miller off the mark. Turner could not get that rebound. It will be the Knights. And here comes Leitner. Right side, that's Moore. Back to Leitner. Here's Wiley with it. Now Leitner will take over the duties again. 4:30 left in the first half. 17-12. Trojans with the lead. The Knights have the rock. Wiley, left wing Moore's three. It's good. 37% three-ball shooter has knocked down 2 of them here, 1 in each quarter. And the lead is down to 2. It was up as many as 7. Now it's a 2-point lead for Newcastle. Under the 4-minute mark we go in the first half. Melton, right corner. Now he'll try the right baseline. Nice pass to Turner. Beautiful job, Maddox, Melton. Turner's the beneficiary of that beautiful drive by Melton and the great dish. 19-15, back to a 4-point lead for Newcastle. Here's a 3 by Moore off the mark, and Melton has the rebound. Melton directing traffic. High left side, asks for a pick from Mendoza, and he'll get it. Now Turner's got it. Right side to Miller. He gets hit in the face by Ross, and that's going to be Brody Ross's first foul and the team's first foul here in the second quarter. Only 4 fouls in the entire first half, 2 by each team. And that's the first foul in the second quarter by either team. Number 20, Marshall Phillips will check in for the Knights. Checking out will be the coach's son, Brody Ross. Brent Ross, the head coach, in his 17th year, 288 wins, 12 away from the magical 300. Of course, Matt Luce has been there. He's trying to get 400 wins this year. He's at 387. Miller's three is good. M&M Mason Miller with his second trifecta, and the lead has gone back up to 7. They've tied their largest lead, 22-15. Under the 3-minute mark we go, left in the first half. Left side to Leitner. Leitner looks inside, nothing there. Moore. Now it's on the right wing to Seal, and they're going to call an illegal screen on Marshall Phillips, his second. That will count as a turnover as well. That's their first turnover in the quarter. They've got 4 in the ballgame. Newcastle just has the 1 turnover on my scorecard. That happened in the first quarter. 2:45. Clock is ticking left in the first half. Trojans up 7. A 3-ball could give them a double-digit lead. Miller, left wing. Here's that 3-ball look. Oh, it's off the mark, but Elijah Turner there with the rebound. Here comes Maddox. Melton, pump fake up and good. Melton very active in this first half. Rebound, put back basket gives the Trojans a 9-point lead, which is tied their largest. That's right, they were up 9 a couple times in the first quarter. Up 9 again. 2:10 left in the first half. Marshall, right wing, guarded by Sturgis. He gets into the paint, loses his footing, and Newcastle will get it. Second turnover on the Knights, 5th in the game. Miller's deep 3 is no good, and the Knights have their 7th rebound. 1:50 left in the first half. Newcastle cannot convert after that turnover. Leitner, left side to Marshall. Marshall Phillips. Underneath to a cutting Phillips. He will go up and score and get fouled. Nice cut there by Marshall Phillips. And Sturgis, trying to catch up, will commit that foul after the made basket. So going to the line for the and one free throw will be Marshall Phillips. That is Sturgis' second foul. Phillips is shooting 70%, 7 out of 10 coming into tonight's game. He will make that one. They are now 2 out of 4 as a team. Newcastle's 1 out of 1. Sturgis checks out with 2. So out there for the Trojans with a minute 25. Clock is ticking left in the first half. It's Maddox Melton, Mason Miller, Elijah Turner, Luke Mendoza, and Bennett with the basketball. Now Miller's open a 3. Look, got it. Nice pass from Braylon Bennett to Mason Miller. That's his third trifecta of the game. Trojans back up 9, 27-18. 60 seconds left in the first half.
1 minute.
Seal into the paint with some English, and he will score. Nice drive there by the 5'9 senior, Logan Seal. 40 seconds left in the first half. The Knights are now in a 2-3 zone. Newcastle will probably look at this 2-3 zone and say, let's freeze it out and go for one. You're up 7. That's the least amount of points you would like to go into the halftime locker room with. A 3 ball can make it a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. A 2 would tie your largest lead of 9. Referees telling Matt Luce to back up a little bit. We've got 10 seconds left in the first half. Miller in the left corner. Now Melton, top of the key. Bennett, top of the key, will launch and hit. He will hit. And at the end of the first half, the Newcastle Trojans will go into the locker room with their largest lead of the ball game, 30-20. What execution down the stretch there by the Newcastle Trojans. And Braylon Bennett steps up and knocks down a trifecta to give Newcastle their 10-point lead going into the halftime locker room. What we're going to do now is cue up the commissioner's report. We'll play that and then come back with our halftime show. You are listening to Newcastle Trojans basketball on the Nash 102.5 app, NashFM1025.com, and, of course, our video stream on YouTube. Just simply type in the NC Trojans report.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner, our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. Paul, always great to be with you. Hope you are having a great holiday season, you and your family and your loved ones, as we approach the holidays. Hey, I want to start here as you kind of put a bow on football season, Paul. I know you're having conversations with coaches and administrators around the state, but the folks that do your same job around the country from the surrounding states, what kind of conversations do you have with them reflecting on this football season and, ways and ideas you can have for 2026?
I just left a meeting with my counterparts coming from the Dakotas all the way up through the Great Lakes and Indiana and Illinois and Ohio, and we do share notes. And, one of the things that I will always take back from those meetings is I'm glad to do this in Indiana. We all do it the way it works for our state. For us to be able to finish in an indoor facility, our counterparts in Minnesota do the same thing, but to finish indoor at one of the greatest football facilities in the country at Lucas Oil is, first of all, it's a little envious to some of our other folks. I don't know, Illinois just had their state tournament, and they actually got snowed out the second day of their tournament and had to reschedule throughout the week. And so we're not dealing with those kind of things. And so we change notes. I pick up a few things from them on how they operate the game and the pageantry around the game. And we like to bring some of those things over to what we do, but then they want to see what we're doing also. So it is an opportunity to share with our counterparts.
What kind of conversations have you had with your team about this football season and how it wrapped up? Of course, we had some spectacular state championship games, but everybody happy with how 2025 went?
Oh, yeah. Everybody was very thrilled with the way it went. And, it was a great fall. We had great numbers, great attendance, great enthusiasm, and the quest to support an education-based athletic system continues, and we focus keenly on that every time that we run a tournament season because it's just different. It's different than going to some of these youth sports parks and a non-education first athletic opportunity, and those are important too. But what we do, we really feel it transcends these kids and the lessons that they learned into the rest of their life. And so we're thankful to be able to do that. We had a great fall doing that again.
And now, of course, basketball season well underway on the girls and boys side. I mean, heck, you could probably blink in about a month from now of the girls pairing show, which is hard to believe. But, basketball season, it's the time of year, Paul, where if you are a basketball lover, it's basketball paradise with so many tournaments coming up around this Christmas and holiday season. And, it's one of those things, you go buy a ticket, you're supporting all the teams that play in these local tournaments in your local community. And, it's an opportunity to basically watch 12 hours of nonstop basketball.
Oh, you can watch an unbelievable amount of games. And starting with the 19th, this upcoming weekend, we're going to play over 40 tournaments across the state between now and the new year. And so you can go to a place like Richmond, Indiana, and sit down in the gym, and you can stay there all day long and just watch incredible high-level high school basketball here in the state. And so, one of the things, too, it really is a chance for coaches to spend a little more time in the gym, a little more time with their student-athletes outside of the other classroom things that go on in a normal school day to really focus, get their team ready to be able to compete and play strong throughout the rest of the season.
What's your most favorite part about that? Because I know now, as an administrator and, now the commissioner of the IHSAA, you're all over, you're watching those games. But what was the best part about playing in those types of environments?
There's just so many things that are so incredible. And, one, I got to play in some holiday tournaments when I was a player years ago. And again, to be able to have an opportunity to win a tournament, to be with your teammates and then coach them later on. But I got to tell you, I enjoy the fan part of it also just as much, and being able to get out there and just watch these different teams play. And my old coach comes out at me when I want to see how this coach is approaching this game and what offense they're running and what defense they're running. And so, that's a lot of fun for me at this point in my career.
Paul Neidig, he's the commissioner of the IHSAA. This is the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Brendan. We'll talk soon.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
And back we are inside the field house here in beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. Yours truly, Lorenzo Pettiford, sitting mid-court here. And again, we want to wish you all a happy new year. 2026 is here, and at the half, our Newcastle Trojans in the first game back in the new year have a 10-point lead in their halftime locker room, up 30-20. First of all, the stats for Northeastern Knights. They were led in scoring by number one, Caleb Moore, the 6'1 senior, hit 2 trifectas, 1 in each quarter. He leads their team in scoring at the half with 6. Right behind him is the coach's son, Brody Ross. He has 5. Luke Wiley added a field goal. He's got 2. Marshall Phillips had a field goal and then 1. He's got 3. Jarrett Leitner and Logan Sill each had a field goal in the second quarter. They each have 2 apiece. Newcastle led 14-8 at the end of the first, and they hold. They scored 16 in the second quarter, and the Knights scored 12 in the second quarter. And that's why the Trojans are up 32-20. The Knights went to the line 2 times, or make that 3 times in the first quarter, making 1 out of 3. In the second quarter, they were 1 for 1, so they are 2 out of 4 in the ball game from the charity stripe. They had 5 turnovers, did the Knights, and 7 rebounds. For our Newcastle Trojans, leading all scorers with 9 points is Mason Miller. A trifecta in the opening quarter, doubled up in the second quarter with 2 of them, so he's got 9. points to lead all scorers. Right behind him off the bench tonight is Elijah Turner. 6 points in the opening quarter, another field goal in the second. He's got 8. Braylon Bennett has 5 points and 1 3-ball. Maddox Melton has 5 points and 1 3-ball. And Ryan Sturgis had a field goal and an N1 free throw. He's got 3. Newcastle went to the line one time in the opening quarter, none in the second quarter, so they are 1 for 1 in the first half. The Trojans only had 1 turnover on my card. That'll make head coach Matt Luce happy. And they pulled down 9 rebounds. So the Trojans out-rebound the Knights 9-7 in the first half. So again, congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. What a big win it was for them in the Rose Bowl, taking care of, there goes my phone, taking care of Alabama, number 9 Alabama. The Hoosiers hold them to just 1 field goal in that ball game. What a performance it was by our Indiana Hoosiers. So they will advance and play in the Peach Bowl that will be played this Friday at 7:30. They'll take on, for the second time this year, the number 5 Oregon Ducks. Earlier on October the 11th, Indiana won 30-20 against Oregon, and we're hoping for another repeat performance of that. In the Fiesta Bowl, the other game, it has number 10 Miami, who beat Ohio State 24-14. They will play number 6 Ole Miss, who beat Georgia 39-34. So the Fiesta Bowl will be Thursday, January the 8th, 7:30. Number 10 Miami, number 6 Ole Miss. Then the following day, the number 1 team in college football, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on number 5 Oregon Ducks on Friday at 7:30. Want to wish my normal cameraman, Mr. Ryan James, a speedy and healthy recovery. He has been battling some illness, so we hope to have him back next week. So heal up, Ryan, and we miss you and hope your new year is off to a somewhat better start after being obviously sick for the last couple of days.
More than ever.
So here we go, start of the second half. It will be the Knights basketball. They are down 10, 30-20. Newcastle will stay in their man-to-man defense, and we're underway with second half basketball. This is Leitner, guarded by Melton. Inside they go to Ross. Pump fake, shot up, good. Nice, strong interior move by Brody Ross. He averages just under 9 points a ball game. He has 7 now. Down to an 8-point lead for Newcastle. Here's their first offensive series to start the second half. Miller, left corner area, brings it out. Now it's Bennett on the right wing, attacking the right baseline. He'll kick it out to Maddox Melton. Now it's Lucas Eaton with the pumpkin. He'll give it right back to Melton. Melton gets a pick from Eaton. Out goes to Sturgis. Right wing, Bennett. Bennett will go all the way out to the Trojan emblem. That's Eaton with it. Now Miller's got it. Miller, right side to Bennett. Trojans showing some patience here to start the second half in their first offensive series. They had a 10-point lead. Miller right down the right side of the lane and will score. It's back up to 10. Each team has scored a field goal here to start the third quarter. This is the second offensive touch for the Knights. Newcastle's been exclusive man-to-man the entire game so far. The Knights have mixed it up, man-to-man in some different zone varieties. Here's a missed shot and a rebound by Eaton. Trojans score here would be their largest lead of the ball game. Nice penetration move, and Sturgis can't make the 5-footer from the right side. Melton with a good penetrating and then kickoff pass to Sturgis. Here is a drive by Moore. He'll initiate the contact and earn the trip to the charity stripe. That is going to be Sturgis' third foul of the ball game. And going to the line will be the 6'1 senior, Caleb Moore. 7 out of 14 coming into the night. That's right at 50%. He'll have 2 here. First one is up and gets a nice little roll there, and that will go in. That is their 5th free throw. Right now they are 3 out of 5. Newcastle has shot 1 measly free throw, and that was an and 1 attempt by Sturgis. And he made it. Second free throw by Moore is good. He'll go 2 for 2 in that set. They are now 4 out of 6 from the charity stripe. And the lead is back down to 8 for Northeastern, 32-24. Under the 6-minute mark we go. Miller on a take from the left side. Uses that strength of his and will score. Got to delay a game warning. So a delay game warning on Newcastle. If that happens again, it will be a technical foul. The Trojans already had 1 tech in the first half because one of the subs did not come out. They had 6 players out there for about 10 seconds or so before the referees finally caught it. Here's Moore on a take. Left side drive. It's good. He's got all 4. No, he's got 4 of their 6 points here in the second half. 8-point lead once again for Newcastle. Melton with the basketball. Elijah Turner did a good job off the bench in the first half. Here's Bennett on a nice strong take from the left baseline. Showed some explosiveness there, Braylon Bennett. Back to a 10-point lead, 36-26. Moore with it, being very aggressive offensively, draws another contact, and Sturgis just committed his 4th. He will set now.
You guys just look at me.
4 fouls on Ryan Sturgis. And Mendoza will be checking in after this free throw, probably for Sturgis. Moore's free throw is too strong. He's 2 out of 3 now. So Sturgis will check out with the 4 fouls. Moore has 1 more in this set. The 50% free throw shooter should miss this, and he makes it though. He's 3 out of 4. His stats say he'd be 2 out of 4 right now. 36-27, Trojans up 9. With the pumpkin, Melton, left side to Bennett. Right side, Miller. Gets a pick from Turner. He'll launch a deep 3 off the mark, and the rebound come down to Northeastern. Quickly down the court, Seal will give it to Phillips. Phillips back to Seal. Now Moore on the right wing, guarded by Bennett. Gets a pick from Durbin. Now he won't use it. Bennett cuts him off beautifully. Now Durbin into the paint with the left-handed shot up. No good, and Turner will swipe away a rebound. Here comes Braylon Bennett with the rock. Approaching the 4-minute mark, left in the third. Bennett will launch the 3, too strong, and the rebound will come down to the Knights. That's right on line, just a little too strong from bombs away Bennett. He can nail him from out there. 3:45 left in this third quarter. Still a 9-point lead for Newcastle. Cut by Brody Ross. A beautiful interior pass. Ross gets his second field goal in the quarter and his 9th point of the ball game. He's at his average right now. And the lead is at 7, and head coach Matt Luce says, I want a timeout to talk some things over. We'll do the same. 3:23 left in the third quarter. Trojans 36, the Knights 29. Back with more Trojans basketball after this timeout.
to the nose. Playing high school football has taught me respect for my coaches and teammates, our opponents, and the officials.
On the softball field, I learned how to be accountable for my actions and how they affect the rest of my team.
Every game reminds us that humility means winning with class and losing with grace. I'm Dante Pope from Maryville High School.
And I'm Ashton Elpers from North Posey High School. These are just some of the lessons we learned from high school sports that we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Wins and losses, highs and lows, success and failure, they are all part of being a student athlete and a human being.
Learning how to handle these ups and downs on the field prepares us to handle them off the field too.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the lessons they teach by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character. This is education-based athletics. This is your IHSAA.
Lorenzo Pettiford sitting mid-court here inside the field house in an always beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. Trojans have the 7-point lead, 36-29 here in the third quarter. 3:23 left in the third, and Newcastle will come out of their timeout with the basketball. Let's see what head coach Matt Luce and the Trojans do on this first offensive touch out of the timeout. Right side to Mendoza, looks inside, Turner's guarded, couldn't get it to him. Now Melton. Melton will launch a three, too strong, and Melton will come over and get an offensive rebound. Good hustle play by Melton. Matt Luce right in front of me signals fist. Mendoza hands off to Miller off his leg, but reaching in was Marshall Phillips. That's going to be his third and the team's first here in the third quarter. Newcastle has 2 team fouls. Just not a lot of fouls going on tonight. It's been a very clean basketball game, if you will. 36-29, Trojans with the 7-point lead and the Pumpkin. Maddox Melton, high right side to Turner. Hands off to Miller, fakes that deep three. Now he'll give it to Melton. 2:30 left in the third. Oh, a nice cut by Miller. Turner's pass was deflected. Going to the court was Miller to save it, and he had to call a timeout. We'll keep this timeout here and take care of our good sponsors like McDonald's. McDonald's is located at 1720 South Memorial Drive in beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. McDonald's wants to thank you, the Newcastle community, for your unwavering support during the road construction on Memorial Drive. We deeply appreciate your patience and loyalty. McDonald's could not be happier to be a part of this wonderful community. And we are thrilled to cheer on the Newcastle Trojans student athletes, standing by your side as you aim for victory. Here's to a bright future together in Newcastle. Let's go Trojans. Again, McDonald's, 1720 South Memorial Drive in beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. Bennett will inbounds right in front of yours truly out of this timeout. Trojans up 7, 36-29, and the clock will start at 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the period. Miller's three from the left side. So Miller said, you got to guard me from out there or I will gladly launch away. And he does there to knock down his fourth trifecta of the ball game. Back to a double-digit lead for Newcastle, 39-29. Number 24, Nick Godby, the 6'3 sophomore, will be checking in on the next dead ball for Newcastle. Here's Ross's three, top of the key, no good, and Melton has another rebound. That's got to be at least his fourth or fifth rebound in this ballgame. Trojans can have their largest lead if they score any points here. A free throw, a 2-point field goal, or a 3-ball. 10's been their largest lead. That's where they're at right now, 39-29. Here's a pass that will be deflected, and the Knights will get that turnover. Only the Trojans' first turnover in the quarter, second of the ball game. Driving the left baseline is Wiley. He's too strong. Ross with an offensive putback. That's off the mark. And Turner will come over and get that rebound for the Trojans. Missed again from head coach Matt Luce. Turner sets a pick. Now Mendoza. Right side Miller. Top of the key, Turner. We've got 40 seconds left in this third period. Newcastle's up 10. Miller down the right side of the lane. Shot up is good, and he's got an and one. Mason Miller showing that strength again. Not afraid to drive at any angle. Draws the contact high off the glass. It goes in. He's going to go to the line for the and one free throw. Miller now with 9 points in the quarter, going for point number 10 in the quarter, which would give him 19 in the ball game if he's successful on this and one free throw. Shooting 85%, and he hits it. Going in for Newcastle is Nick Godby. Checking out is Luke Mendoza. 34.9 seconds left in this third quarter. Trojans are now up 13 big ones. 42-39, their largest lead of the ballgame. Brent Ross has signaled to his team, we're going to go for one. They spread the court. Newcastle is in a 2-3 zone. Oh, no, they're going man. 7 seconds. Top of the key, it's Moore. Guarded by Bennett. Right side, it's Leitner. Leitner will get tripped up, lose the ball, and that's how the quarter will end. With their 6th turnover in the ball game, that's only their first in the quarter on the Knights. So at the end of 3, the Newcastle Trojans 42 and the Northeastern Knights 29. We'll take our end of the quarter timeout, come back with the all-important 4th and final period. You are listening to Newcastle Trojans basketball on the Nash 102.5 app, NashFM1025.com, and streaming on YouTube. Just simply go to the NC Trojans Report.
Animals are languishing in U.S. shelters, especially dogs who look a certain way. These dogs are just as deserving of loving homes as any type of dog, which is why we decided to help them get out of kennels. Join the thousands of supporters of our mission to help us expand our national reach and proudly place more dogs from kennels into their forever homes. To learn more about our mission, please visit us at kennel2couch.org.
Animals are languishing in U.S. shelters, especially dogs who look a certain way. These dogs are just as deserving of loving homes as any type of dog, which is why we decided to help them get out of kennels. Join the thousands of supporters of our mission to help us expand our national reach and proudly place more dogs from kennels into their forever homes. To learn more about our mission, please visit us at kennel2couch.org.
And back we are to start the 4th and final quarter. Lorenzo Pettiford sitting midcourt here. The Knights will start off with the pumpkin, and they will trail by 13, their largest deficit. Wiley into the paint, a strong take, rose up amongst everyone to lay it in and draw the foul. That foul will be on Nick Godby. That's his first, the team's first, but Luke Wiley showed me he got some hops in that 6-foot sophomore frame of his. Scores his second field goal. He'll go to the line for the and one free throw. Wiley is shooting 60%, 12 out of 20 coming into tonight's ball game. This could get the lead at 10, and he does. So Eminem, Mason Miller across the timeline had a 10-point third quarter, leads all scorers now with 19 points. Here's Bennett. Turner, right side, it is Melton. Melton, top of the key to Godby. Now Miller on the left wing, gets a pick from Godby. Now Turner's got it. It's Bennett with it. Newcastle showing some patience again, working the clock with their 10-point lead as we played 60 seconds of this fourth quarter. Under 7 minutes we go. Bennett will take a three. That's going to be off the mark. Godby with a nice rebound. Godby gets forced out toward the baseline and just lost track of his footing and will step out. So that's a turnover, first in the quarter. Only the third in the ballgame for Newcastle. The Knights only have 6. Just both teams have really protected the pumpkin extremely well in this ballgame coming out of the holiday break. Here's Leitner into the paint. Turnaround shot up off the glass is good. So the Trojans have yet to score in the fourth. The Knights have put up 5 points. And the lead is 42-34. 8-point lead for Newcastle as we're getting ready to go into the 6-minute mark right now. Under 6 to play. Miller will launch a deep one off the mark. Rebound the Knights. Here's a three by Moore, and he will hit. 42-37, down to a 5-point game. They have outscored Newcastle 8-0 here in the fourth quarter. Mendoza, right side, Bennett's three, good. Nice answer, bombs away. Bennett gets untracked in the fourth quarter, pushes the lead back up to 8, 45-37. Moore gets body checked, no call. Wiley picks up the loose ball, guarded by Bennett. Wiley now back into the paint off his leg, and it will be Newcastle basketball. First turnover in the quarter for the Knights, 7th of the ball game. Sturgis will check in with the 4 fouls. Checking out will be Nick Godby for Newcastle. So out there for the Trojans now, it's Ryan Sturgis, Mason Miller, Maddox Melton, Braylon Bennett, and Elijah Turner. Trojans up 8 as we're going under the 5-minute mark right now. Under 5 to play in the ball game. 8-point lead. Sturgis guarded tightly by Ross. I will slightly agree with Brody Ross there. That's good, heavy defense. But they thought he bodied Sturgis. Ross will come out with 4 fouls now. 4:57 to play in the contest. Here is Bennett. Newcastle up 8, gets a pick from Turner. Sturgis, who set out a lot, being protected with 4 fouls, has made his way back into here in the fourth. Miller on a take from the right side. He's so good at attacking the rim. Here's Marshall Phillips. He pulls up, gives it to Leitner. Leitner will have a foul called on Melton. That is Melton's second, the team's second here in the fourth quarter. Knights will inbound underneath their own basket, down 10 again, 47-37. Seal dribbling the basketball, 4 guarding 4 here. Phillips, guarded by Sturgis. Right side it is Seal again. Gets into the right elbow area, kicks it back out. Moore's deep three from the left side area is no good. That will carry him and go out of bounds and be Trojans basketball. 4 minutes and 2 ticks left in this ball game. Trojans up 10. They've been up by as many as 13. Here comes Newcastle. 2-on-1 opportunity. Over to Elijah Turner. Shot up and good. A little bit of contact there, but the Stripes swallowed their whistle. Nice play. Mason Miller to Elijah Turner. 12-point lead, Newcastle. 3:45 to play in the contest. Moore, top of the key, guarded by Bennett. Melton reached in and knocked it away briefly, but Leitner's there. Johnny on the spot. Now Mason Miller stepping into the passing lane. Second turnover in the quarter by the Knights, 8th of the ball game. 3:20 left in the game, and Melton will lose it and get it back. Bennett, top of the key. How about Maddox Melton? He is a magician out there at times. Miller on the left wing, attacks the left baseline and will back it out. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Miller again, left side take, and he will draw the foul. Eminem Mason Miller, the 85% free throw shooter, going to go do what he does extremely well, get to the charity stripe and knock him down. He's 1 for 1 tonight, and Newcastle is 2 for 2 as a team. Sturgis shot the only other free throw. Here comes free throws number 3 and 4 for Newcastle. First one is up, and it will roll out on Miller. He will have one more. Trying to give Newcastle their 50th point. Durbin and Seal have checked out for the Knights. Wiley and Miller goes 1 out 2 in that set. Leitner backing down Melton. Moore to the free throw line. And there's Maddox Melton getting another steal. Their third turnover in the quarter, 9th in the ball game on the Knights. 13-point lead for Newcastle. Ties their largest. Any type of points here will give them their largest lead with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the ball game. They will foul Mason Miller attacking from the right side area. That foul will go on Phillips, and that should be his 4th. That is his 4th. So Seal will check in and Phillips will check out. 2:24 left in the ball game. Newcastle will inbounds. There's a 5-second count. Trojans took too long getting it in. Second turnover in the quarter for Newcastle. Only turnover number 4 for them in the ball game. Still a 13-point lead for Newcastle. Knights. Quickly, it's Seal. A tough shot, spinning and wheeling and dealing in the lane. He will score. Cuts the lead down to 11. Here's some half-court trapping defense by the Knights, 1-2-2 style. Miller has it as we go under the 2-minute mark left in the ball game. Now Bennett, double team, throws it all the way across court to Melton. Melton will be grabbed by Seal. That is the 4th team foul on the Knights, so it will take one more to send Newcastle to the line. That is Seal's first, but it's his team's 4th, so any more fouls the rest of the ball game, the Trojans will be shooting 2 free throws. 50-39, 11-point lead Newcastle. Trojans working some clock, almost some miscommunication, and Miller can't control it. Saw Elijah Turner at the last second, just couldn't get that pass on target. Miller tried to save it, but couldn't. You can hear Coach Matt Luce saying no fouls with 1:40 left in the ball game. Seal, free throw jumper up and good. He's got 2 field goals in the quarter. 9-point lead, 3-possession ball game. Things are getting a little tighter here for Newcastle. Miller with it. Right side Sturgis, 3 is good. Ryan Sturgis stepped up like he's been hitting that all night. But he's been in foul trouble most of the night, but that's a big trifecta. Put Newcastle up 53-41. A long 3 by Moore is missed. The hustle rebound can't be saved by Brody Ross, and it's Newcastle basketball. 60 seconds left in the ball game. Miller left 3 ball, good. Miller with 6 points in the quarter. 25 in the ball game to lead all scorers. Trojans have their largest lead of 15, and then Ross will score over Turner, and Turner got a little bit of that arm. That's Elijah Turner's first foul of the ball game. And going to the line will be Brody Ross, who came in shooting 90%, but he's 1 out of 3 tonight, so that percentage will be dipping down. He's got the N1 free throw here. Trojans are still up 13, and we got a timeout on the court. 56-43, Trojans up 13. The Knights will be shooting the N1 free throw when we come back after this timeout.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory is finding a career I can be proud of and supporting my family.
America's veterans are on their most important tour, the tour of their lives.
I'm a veteran. My victory is going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission to help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran, and my victory was finishing my education.
DAV offers veterans of all generations a lifetime of support for victories great and small.
My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
My victory was getting my service dog a new best friend.
We help more than 1 million veterans every year as they face and conquer their challenges.
My victory is being able to be there for my family.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Back we are to live action here inside the field house. Newcastle Trojans in great position to get their third victory of the year and their first victory here in 2026. 13-point lead with 47 seconds left in the ball game. The Knights could cut it down to 12 if the 90% Brody Ross makes this one, and he does. 12-point lead for Newcastle. Trent Deloney has checked in for the Knights. And here comes their full court pressure down 12 with 47 seconds. Bennett in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline. And he will be fouled. Take your pick either on Moore or Seal, and they will give it to Moore. That is Moore's first. The team is now over the limit officially, and going to the free throw line tonight for the first time will be Braylon Bennett. 4 out of 6 on the season. That's 67%. I'm saying he's going to make both of these. First one is up and good. Good form, good release. He's got one more. Trojans are 2 out of 3 in the quarter. Four out of 5 for the ball game. Bennett makes both of them. 14-point lead for the Trojans. 38.9 seconds left in the ball game. I'm officially calling it right now. The Trojans have won their third game of the year. They're 3-5. Their first game here in 2026. And the Northeastern Knights will drop to 4-6. Here is Phillips' three, no good. Miller with that rebound. And he was fouled. Seal with his second foul in the backcourt will send Mason Miller to the line, where he is 2 out of 3 tonight. He will have 2 here. First one is up and good. He has 26 points, going for point number 27 tonight is Mason Miller. 27 out of their... Oh, he will miss it. Moore's deep three is good. He's knocked down 3 of those tonight, 2 here in the quarter. With 20 seconds left, it's down to a 12-point lead. The Knights are playing this all the way through. Brent Ross said, I'm going to use all of my timeouts. So with this timeout, again, we'll thank the good people at Duty Calls Plumbing. They're family-owned and operated. They're located at 490 Indiana Avenue in beautiful Newcastle, Indiana. If you need high quality and expert plumbing solutions, then simply call Duty Calls Plumbing, 765-310-1333. Broad Street Motors, 1556 Broad Street in Newcastle, Indiana. Broad Street Motors in Newcastle is where performance meets peace of mind.
Lucas, screen!
So here's Newcastle with 20 seconds left. They get it into Melton, and he will be fouled in the backcourt by Moore. Foul number 2 on Moore, and with 18 ticks left on the clock, I think the Knights are going to find out fouling this team, who is shooting 72% as a team from the line, will only make your losing deficit that much bigger. Melton is a 67% free throw shooter, and he will hit his first. He will have one more. Hasn't been to the line a lot so far this year. 4 out of 6 coming into tonight. Trojans now in this fourth quarter, 2 for 6 out of 9. I'll make that 6 out of 8 in the quarter. 2 for 6 out of 8 in the fourth quarter. And 8 out of 10 for the ball game. 61-47. Moore's three is too strong, and they get the rebound and back up and miss it. And that's high. With 7 seconds left, I thought they would let that clock run out, but they will foul Newcastle again to have their losing deficit that much more of a larger loss. So Melton, who just went 2 for 2, will have 2 more. Trying to get 62 and 63 point. There is 62. He's 3 for 3. He will have one more to get their 63rd point. And he's short. This should be the last shot of the game by Moore. A little too strong, and that's how the game will end. 62-47. The Newcastle Trojans get the victory to start off 2026 in fine fashion. They'll be back in action tomorrow night as we'll make the trip to Gas City, Indiana, to take on the Indians and Josh Brooks, their head coach. So what we're going to do now is take our final